And then you should see something pop up on your screen that says, all right, and here we go. All right. Okay. Shit, man. I gotta move this thing out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the questions still?
Do I have the questions? No. Are they on your phone?
Yeah, they're right here.
Do you know them or no? Well, all right. I can tell you before we answer each of them and then just clip it out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. What the hell is going on with this dumbass screen here? One second. I'm trying to fix this green screen behind me. Just got this thing, still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I found a Little League field to be on. All right. We'll just go. I don't know what the deal is. All right. Hold on, man. Sorry. I'm trying to get this green screen so I don't have to sit like a freaking idiot and be uncomfortable.
I'm sitting on like a hunting store right now. So.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Welcome back to another episode of Quarantined Coaches. Today we are with one of the most polarizing coaches on Twitter, Coach Casey. How are you today, man?
I'm doing well, Josh. Just sitting here in my living room. Got last year's trophies behind me. It's a good day to be Coach Casey.
You got some medals on you? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I just got the ones we won in June, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wear them. Rappers like to wear chains. I like to wear my 13U medals. You know, everybody has their thing.
Definitely. How do we know, first of all, that you are the real Coach Casey?
I mean, I have the hat on. Like, if you look at my profile picture, I don't know anybody else that has that hat. And this amount of 13U trophies and rings. So, I mean, I guess it'd be a pretty fair assumption to say that I'm Coach Casey.
So where does the hashtag Be Elite come from? And how do you incorporate that into the culture of the team?
Well, actually, one of the first 13U games that we run ruled a team, they had Be Elite on their jerseys. And I decided after that here, we can read it out. All right. Do you just want to ask the question again?
Yeah, I'll ask it again. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, 1, 2, and 3. So on Twitter, I see the hashtag Be Elite a lot from you. Where does that come from, and how do you incorporate that into the team culture?
Well, actually, one of the first 13U games I coached, the opposing team had Be Elite on their jerseys, and then we proceeded to hang a 12 spot on them in the second inning. And after that W, I decided that I was just going to take their Be Elite thing and just use it as my own because, you know, if you can't win, you don't deserve to keep your slogan, I guess.
Perfect. All right. So the next one's going to be, what is it that you've been doing that makes your organization polarizing?
It's like
Winning.
we took the team out of Fort Bragg for a couple of weeks.
What?
So we took the team out of Fort Bragg a couple of weeks, trained the Army.
You ready?
Yeah, hold on. All right, we're good.
1, 2, and 3. What is it that you've been doing that makes your organization so polarizing?
I mean, other than winning a lot, I'd probably say the Navy SEAL training I have my guys go through. A lot of coaches get too wrapped up in that, like, defense, bunt situation stuff. I actually sent the guys through a watered-down hell week the first week of tryouts, and that kind of set the tone for the whole year and let them know that this wasn't a 13U team that they've ever really played on before. Like, good?
Bro, the best part of this, nobody's going to fucking talk to me ever again because I've been interviewing like Vanderbilt and Duke and shit and putting them, I got Ole Miss and Arkansas and Alabama, all these huge teams, and I'm going to put you on there at the end as my season finale.
Love it.
All right. Next question. Do you think it's fair to say you might be a little over the top for middle school baseball, or are you just misunderstood? That's going to be the next one.
It's the
Okay.
most important part of the baseball player's career is these 13 games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You ready?
Should I say that? I don't know.
You say whatever you want. I don't care.
All right.
I really don't care what you
Okay.
say. If it's too terrible, I'll just like bleep it out or edit it or
No,
something.
I won't cuss.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. That's definitely pretty intense. Is it fair to say that you might be a little over the top with middle school baseball, or do you feel like you just misunderstood?
I mean, if the guys I was coaching were middle schoolers, yes, but a lot of them are guys with fake birth certificates. A lot of these guys actually have families and drive themselves to our games. So, I mean, if they were actually 12, 13, yeah, but we've been playing 13U for the last 3-4 years now, so I really don't think it's that big of a deal.
Fucking great. All right. The next one is going to be I heard a story about one of your players going to the hospital. I'm not even gonna be able to ask this shit for dehydration last summer after a 4-hour practice where you wouldn't allow a water break. Is that true, or is there more to that story?
Okay. Yeah, this is one I actually came up with a response to. So.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
I gotta like fucking breathe here for a second. 1, 2, and 3. I heard a story about one of your players having to go to the hospital last year for dehydration after a 4-hour practice in which you did not allow a water break. Is that true, or is there more to that story?
I mean, yeah, we actually only let one kid go to the hospital after that practice. There were a couple more that wanted to, but I wasn't going to allow that. A different scenario where somebody was sent to the hospital was actually Carson. I had him coach third base. I tweeted about it a while ago while I was putting in a blip, and he wore a foul ball to the neck, and his family actually threatened to file a lawsuit against the Aggies, but I just reminded them before they were able to file the lawsuit that he could have tried to catch it with his hands and not his neck, and that kind of cleared the whole thing up. But I mean, we've sent 2 kids to the hospital on record, but other than that, not a whole lot of medical. I don't know.
That's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. So you kind of answered the other players being hospitalized. All right. So the next one's going to be you're vocal about how you coach Michael, your adopted son. Why are you so tough on him, or is that how you are with all the guys?
Yeah. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. You're pretty vocal about how tough you are on Michael, your adopted son. Why are you so tough on him, or is that just how you treat all your guys?
No, that's not how I treat all my guys. A lot of coaches, they like to be extra tough on their sons to show everybody that they don't play favorites, but I actually do play favorites. Michael, my adopted son, just so happens to not be one of my favorites. So, yeah, I guess he doesn't get special treatment, but in a way he does get special treatment because he's not one of my favorites, if that answers your question.
Holy shit.
We stripped my last name for the top half.
Here, you ask a follow-up question. We can say that. It's like,
What do you want the follow-up question to be?
just be like, at what point was Michael not one of your favorites?
Okay.
After he went over and I took Smith off of his jersey and put adopted.
Holy shit. All right. I'm ready. Oh shit. 2, and 3. That I don't know. That sounds pretty intense. Was he ever one of your favorites, or when did he become not one of your favorites?
I mean, he had the opportunity to early last season, but after he went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks in one of our 12-0 victories, I took Smith off of the back of his jersey and just replaced it with adopted because I wasn't going to let anybody tarnish the Smith last name like that. So, yeah, I mean, he had the opportunity to, but he lost it after that performance.
Perfect. I'd our next question is I'd imagine you've upset some of your parents over the years. What's the thing you've done that's pissed one of them off the most? Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm guessing that you've probably pissed some parents off over the years. What's the story of the time when you've gotten a family the most upset at you, and for what?
I mean, I don't want to call myself a home wrecker, but when I recruit kids for my 13U program, I make sure their moms are at least an 8 and that their dads can't outbench me. And I kind of make that pretty clear when you look up in the stands. So there's been some dads that have been upset, but I mean, if they can't throw up 315 for 5-6 reps, I mean, I just don't hear it, I guess.
Come on with that.
What?
When did you come up with that?
Yesterday when I
First thing I do is I challenge the parents to a street fight.
yeah, we could do that too.
Challenge cannot be met. And where you
We could do
dad in
that.
Culver's parking lot.
Oh yeah, there we go. We can use that too. Just like,
Which one?
I actually fought a dad when I fought a dad in the Culver's parking lot for buying his kids ice cream after a loss.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you. Has it ever? I'll ask you. Has it ever caused a fight? And then you could respond with, well, not because of that, but I did fight a dad one time because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the dad. Culver's parking lot. It had to be done though. I mean,
I mean, the kid didn't deserve a concrete mixer, let alone a ride home. All right, we just got to be able to keep a straight face for this.
Oh shit! We're almost there.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. Has that ever caused you to have a fight with a dad?
I mean, yeah, one time I tweeted about it actually. I fought a dad in a Culver's parking lot after he tried to buy Carson a concrete mixer after he went 0 for 3. And I mean, Carson didn't deserve a concrete mixer, let alone a ride home that day after, not contributing to the win. So wait, I said we lost. Fuck,
Yeah, let's go and go with ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, ready? 1, 2, and 3. So has that ever caused a fight with a dad?
Yeah, I actually fought one of the dads in a Culver's parking lot. After we lost a game, he tried to bring his kid to Culver's and buy him some ice cream, and I caught him there. And I told him that Carson didn't deserve ice cream, let alone even a ride home, actually, after losing. He gave up 3 runs on the mound, blew the lead, and I don't know, that didn't really sit well with that dad, but it sent a message to the rest of the parents. So, I mean, I don't regret my actions, but it had to be done.
Perfect. All right. Then the next one is, when's the last time you were ejected from a game and what for?
All right. Beautiful. I get ejected all the time, so I can just go drink early. I don't know. It's an easy one.
Many games. I mean, there's unintentional ejections and intentional ones where I take myself out. So, back,
Yeah. All right. Oh, we're good.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. When's the last time you were ejected from a Little League game, and what for? Yo, are you there?
Yeah, the audio messed up.
Okay, hold on one second. All right, your connection went bad, but I think we're good now. All right, ready? 1, 2, and 3. So when's the last time you were ejected from a Little League game, and what for?
I mean, I get ejected quite a bit, believe it or not. It's not always because of a bad call or because I'm arguing. Most of the time it's because we have a 8 to 12 run lead. And I mean, it's the second inning. We already got the game in the bag, and I just want to go hit the bars early and celebrate. I don't really need to coach or hold my players' hands the whole game. I prepared them enough. They can coach themselves. They already put up 8 to 12. I figure I might as well just get a head start before it. Here, we can redo that. Is that good?
Do you want to redo it?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, we can do that one.
All right, 1, 2, and 3. So when's the last time you've been ejected from one of your Little League games, and what was it for?
I mean, I don't get ejected for arguing calls too often that I actually disagree with, but I do try and get ejected sometimes, so that way I can hit the bars early. Half my players drive themselves to the games, like I mentioned earlier, so I don't really need to hold their hand. Once they got an 8 to 12 run lead, they can manage that by themselves. So I figure I might as well just go get a head start. Most of the time we play on weekends, so might as well get a head start on a good night.
All right. So the next one's winning a Little League game really worth the hospital trips and ejections?
Absolutely. Hospital bills are temporary.
It's like turn around.
Or just
Like you can always
Some players have missed their childbirth.
you can always pay back a hospital bill, but you can't replay a 13U tournament.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Is the winning in Little League and the hospital trips and the ejections, is it really that important?
Hold on, I just got a call in the middle of that. There, redo it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Is winning in Little League really worth the hospital trips and the ejections?
I mean, I'd say so personally. My mentality on that's kind of been like an injury is temporary. You can always heal from an injury, but you can't replay a 13U tournament. If you mess up, you can't replay that championship game. So pain is temporary. 13U titles are forever, in my opinion. But some people might not feel that way, but that's probably why they're in the consolation bracket to begin with.
All right. Then I'm going to ask, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do when you're not coaching 13U? Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, and 3. If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you do when you're not coaching 13U baseball?
Lately I've been spending a lot of our players' fees on online poker. Just
we don't have tournaments, so like I have free.
Honestly, I've been funneling money out of our team funds.
I couldn't keep a straight face.
My parents get mad at me, but like, why did you give me the money if you didn't want to?
I'm gonna double or triple that. I want $2,200, but we can get that back.
I won $100 last weekend. I know poker.
Just be like, I've been funneling money from teachers.
Holy shit. This is fucking great. This is great. I may get blackballed from college baseball, but it's totally worth it. All right, let's try that again. I might just look away or something, turn my camera off. 1. Whew. Oh shit. All right. 1, 2, and 3. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do when you're not coaching 13U baseball?
I mean, lately with the whole quarantine stuff going on, I've been funneling some of the players' fees funds into my personal checking account. And I've been playing a lot of online poker. Some parents have frowned upon that, but they don't understand that, like, I know what I'm doing. I can double or triple that. All right. One more take. I can double or triple that in a week with the right parts.
Why give me money if you don't want to spend it?
All right, here we go.
Oh my god. Oh shit. All right. So look, I'm gonna turn my video off like this. so that you can't see my face.
I'll be good.
All right, okay. Or I might just do this or something. I can't. I'm just gonna look away. That was such a great answer, though. That was so great. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you?
I know what I'm doing.
Oh fuck! All right. 1.
All right, here we go.
All right. Deep breath. None left. 1, 2, and 3. If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you do when you're not coaching a 13U team?
I mean, lately with all the quarantine stuff going on, I've actually been funneling some of the players' fees into my personal checking account and actually playing a lot of online poker. Some of the players' coaches or players' parents have been upset with that because they wanted a refund or something. I don't think they really realize that with the right cards, I can double or triple their players' fees in 2 to 3 weeks. So, I mean, a lot of online gambling, but I mean, who has an online gambling right now in these tough times?
We made it through. All right. So on this last one, do you want to do it where do you want the last question to be? I was going to say last question, all joking aside, what's your real identity? And then, I don't know, somehow pretend like you're actually going to tell us and you get, put a straight face on, whatever, and then we'll just cut the video.
You just ask me that and I'll just end the call.
Okay.
Yeah, so or I like to leave the chat.
Okay. I'm trying to think how we can. Yeah.
You can make it cut it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like you could just touch your keyboard and they could just cut it.
Yeah, but I could just actually leave the meeting and then he has it on his thing where it's recorded and it's just me leaving after he asks it.
Right, but I'm trying to think, because if you don't, the way that the camera will work is
it'll end the whole
yeah, it won't even pick you up. So why don't you just go and put your take your hand and just do this.
Okay.
And then that will and then I'll make it, it'll look like you're just ending the meeting that way.
All right.
Okay. All right, 1, 2, and 3. This has definitely been interesting, educational, I think, for a lot of people. But all joking aside, I think the biggest question everybody has is who are you really? What's your real identity?
Thanks for having me, Josh. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Did it look like
perfect? Yeah, do it. Let's do it again, but do a bigger.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. This has been educational to say the least. All joking aside, though, who are you really? What's your real identity?
Thanks for having me on the podcast, Josh. I appreciate it. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. So there we go.
Perfect. All right, dude, that is fantastic. Nicely done by you and your buddies. This will take me a little while to edit, and I actually have to do the real coaches before I do this one.
Yeah.
So I'll send it over to you though before I actually make it public.
All right.
I'll probably I'll keep it private for a while because I'm not gonna put it out until after I'm done with all the college guys. Because I don't want them to see it and then be like, all right, this is a fucking joke. I'm not going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. I appreciate you doing it.
You bet.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Josh. Bye.
See you, man.